Alright, we should be live. Let me check just a couple of things. Give me 1 second. Okay, seems to be running fine. Alright. Second. Okay. Just needed to make sure the stream was running properly. Alrighty, welcome back to another Nancy Drew live stream. Today we are playing Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. So let's jump in it, shall we? Hey there, Jenny. How are you doing?
Welcome to my latest case, Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. To start playing, choose either Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help, choose Tutorial.
Let's go with, I think we'll do Junior.
Dear Ned, remember
Like
Sally
usual.
McDonald, the woman who took those photos that Dad has up in his office? Well, she just
How
bought
are
a
you
house
doing
in
today,
Moon Lake,
Jenny?
Pennsylvania. A gangster named Mickey Malone built it back in the 20s as his country getaway. We're talking major fixer-upper.
Good to see you here.
Anyway, last night Sally called and she said she desperately needed my detective skills. She refused to say why over the phone. Naturally, I said I'd drive to Moon Lake immediately. But weird things started happening the moment I pulled up. First, this big tree fell down behind my car and has me totally blocked in. And then I discovered that Sally's gone. She left a note that suggested something terrible happens here at night. She's supposed to call me from her car. So here I sit, writing to you while I wait for the phone to ring. It's nighttime, and although part of me is dying to know what frightened Sally away, another part of me is starting to feel a little uneasy. I'll let you know what happens. Ever yours, Nancy.
Okay, now who's calling? Who is calling?
Hello?
Nancy,
Sally.
hi, it's Sally. We have to talk fast because I'm in my car and my cell phone's running low, so we might get cut off. But did you see my note?
Yes, are you all right?
No, I feel awful bailing on you like that. You must think
You
I'm
should
such a
feel
flake.
awful.
I'm just worried about
You are a
What's
flake.
wrong?
I couldn't stand the thought of spending another night there. I knew you were on your way, but it didn't help. I just got too scared.
You make it sound like the house is haunted or something.
Not the house, the woods. Just wait until it gets dark, then you'll see. What am I saying? Nancy, you shouldn't be there by yourself either. Why don't you just go get in your car and go home? Or drive to Philadelphia. My aunt's got plenty of room.
No way. You've got me so curious, I wouldn't leave even if I could.
What do you mean?
Well, let's just say we need a
Let me
chainsaw.
put it this way. Unless someone who just happens to have a chainsaw just happens to come by, my car's not going anywhere.
Oh, the dead maple beside the driveway. Oh, they told me it was in danger of falling over when I had the place inspected. I just never got around to doing anything about it. Listen, call M's Emporium. That's a store on the lake. Emily knows everybody. She'll know who to call if she decides to answer her phone.
Don't worry about it. I'm not in any hurry to leave.
You will be. Okay, look, I just bought a little outboard motorboat. I haven't used it yet, but the guy who put it in for me said it should run just fine. It's tied up at the dock out front. Just get in it and go. Go anywhere. Just get away from the house.
Why are you so scared?
Why? What on earth do you think is gonna happen?
The dogs. Those dogs. Out of nowhere. They're outside howling and snarling. Teeth and claws. Horrible.
Dogs? Hello? Did you say dogs? Hello?
Sally? Sally? Oh, she's gone. Let's call Bess.
Nancy, how's it going?
Hey, Bess. How'd you know it was me?
Telepathy, of course. Just another of my many talents. You are so full of it. She got caller ID, Nancy. So now, instead of hanging up on the geeks that always call her, she just doesn't answer the phone. Very funny. So what's up?
Believe it or not, Sally went to her aunt's in Philadelphia. I'm here by myself.
Yeah, Sally
Why?
just
What
ditched Nancy.
happened? Did you two have a fight? Oh, Bess. Nancy Drew does not have fights. Heated debates? Maybe. Fights? Never. Why else would Sally
Exactly.
just take off like that?
She said something happens when it gets dark here. Something really, really scary.
Scary as in what?
Yeah, people type scary or ghost type scary?
Dog type scary. She called to warn me about
It's
the
good to
dogs.
see you here, Jenny.
Dogs?
Hope you're
As
doing well.
in Rin Tin Tin, Old Yeller...
Huckleberry Hound?
Apparently, there are some dogs around here that come out at night and are pretty scary. That's about all she had the chance to say before we got cut off.
Dogs aren't scary. Maybe it's some other kind of animal.
That's possible.
As soon as you hang up, you're gonna go prowling
Howdy.
around outside, aren't you?
Why, Bess, that's a great idea.
Well, be careful.
And if anything does happen, run. No, wait, call us first,
Thanks for being
then
here.
run.
Yeah.
I will. Bye, you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
It's good to hear that. Ooh. Oh. Oh. What's that freaky freak doing outside?
What is that?
Yes, of course, Nancy. Let's go
Something's
outside
out
in the
there.
dark without a flashlight, too.
Now look what you've done. That was a Strix Varia. At least I think it was. Never
Well,
know for
excuse
sure
me,
now, will
sir.
I?
A Strix what?
Strix Varia. A barred owl. Real hard to spot. And it doesn't help that you're out here making more noise than a jumbo jet.
Oh. Oh.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean any
That
harm.
was very
My name's
insulting.
Red Knot. And if you've got a volume knob, I'd appreciate your taking it down a notch before you scare away everything from here to Lancaster.
Wow, you're not giving Nancy a very good reputation of yourself.
I'm Nancy Drew. What were all those noises out here just now?
That was me, Miss Nancy Drew, calling in birds. And doing a pretty good job of it, too, till you showed up. Where'd you come from, anyway?
Pretty certain you scared off all the birds first.
I drove in today from River Heights to visit my friend Sally McDonald.
Now, why would you want to do a thing like that? The Malone house is no place for one young woman, let alone two.
What do you know about the woman living here?
I talked to her a couple of times. But you know, the last time I saw her, she wasn't doing so good. She acted real anxious, scared.
Did she say what was wrong?
The dogs. The dogs of Mickey Malone. Legend goes that when Malone was finally arrested and hauled away,
Yeah, I saw that he
his
was
4 dogs
streaming
went running off
today
into the
again.
woods and were never seen again.
Man, he's only
People
got a
would
few
just
games
hear 'em
left to stream.
howling like their hearts were broken every night until one by one, they all died and went silent. But every time someone tries living in the Malone house, back they come.
What do the dogs do?
Every night, ever since she moved in, you could hear 'em howling. And some nights the dogs would appear outside the house, running around, snarling and barking and throwing themselves at the doors and windows. And then they'd be gone. They're buried in the cemetery just beyond the house, you know. Them and Malone, both.
That would actually be kind of creepy, living very close to a cemetery, honestly.
Did they ever attack Sally?
She never gave them the chance. After the first attack, she stopped going out at night. Just locked the doors when it got dark and sat tight until morning.
The dogs would attack her house?
It's like they don't want anybody but Malone living there. I guess they don't know he's dead. And so are they.
Did she ever call the police?
This isn't New York City, Miss Nancy Drew. All they got around here is one officious little park ranger. And all Jeff Akers does is sit around all day trying to figure out how he can get himself transferred out of here to a bigger park.
Are you a native of Moon Lake?
I just come to Moon Lake in the spring to look for birds. Got an observation platform just up the path, kind of my base camp, and I've got a little outboard down there on the lake. Left my
Wait,
car at the big dock
Isn't
up
his
lake.
platform,
Don't
like,
really need
on
it.
Sally's property? So he's technically trespassing. So he shouldn't be there to begin
Are
with.
those the ghost dogs?
Yes, ma'am. Which is
Yeah, I
why
saw
think
that,
it would
yeah.
be a good idea if I went my merry way and you got yourself back inside that house. Good luck, Miss Nancy Drew.
You know, we're gonna be stupid. Let's just stay outside for a
It's
bit.
not safe to take
Oh,
the boat
come
out
on,
at
Nancy.
night.
You know, it's actually kind of funny to see the textures of the water. It's kind of like it almost looks like blue paint. Kind of funny.
I'd better wait until daylight.
Hey! Okay, okay. You don't want to do anything fun. Let's just go to bed. Oh, well, no.
This
okay.
is not good.
Wiggling the doorknob. You're such a smart doggy. Somehow. The whole house is shaking! You know, this honestly scared me when I was little. It's kind of funny. It's amazing how fast he goes by, though. Then we can, like, we'll just go outside like idiots and just, you know, run around with the dogs, you know, being nearby.
This must be Red's observation platform.
Quick, throw his lantern down. Actually, that might be a bad idea, because if it's not LED, it might set the grass on fire. It's a really bad idea. Let's see. You know what? Let's go grab the board near the woods. Then we'll go inside, and we'll... What do we call Bess again? They might have something to say. They might have something to say about all this craziness that just happened.
Nancy, how's it going?
This caller ID stuff is going to take some getting used to.
I'm here too, Nan. What's going on?
I saw the dog Sally warned me about, and she was right. They were pretty scary.
You sure they weren't wolves or something?
Not only did these dogs attack Sally's house, they had eyes that glowed yellow. A birdwatcher I ran into said they were ghosts.
Ghosts?
The man who built Sally's place on Moon Lake was a gangster. The birdwatcher said that the ghosts of his dogs show up every time someone new tries to live here.
The place is haunted by ghost dogs?
Like there's such a thing as ghosts. But it does sound like you've got another mystery on your hands, Detective Drew.
If you only knew, George.
Bye,
if
you guys.
You only knew.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah, I remember asking one of my brothers to, like, try to play through that part for me, because I didn't... Wait, why am I calling them again? Because I didn't want to, go through the ghost dogs part, but I didn't realize it was so fast and it was just a cutscene. That's all it was. I was like, oh, I get it.
Rotten floorboards.
Wait.
Watch your...
Nancy dead. Whoops. Well, that was thrilling. Nancy has a bunch of dogs scaring the heck out of her, and then she falls through floorboards. Not a very good way to start out your night. Get dead tree cut down. Too late for that. Let's take the water. Get well water tested ASAP. Let's take the flashlight. Forest trails. Harry, thought you could use this map to the cemetery. You'll find lots of bait along the way, especially at night. The cemetery's real hard to find. I got lost a bunch of times. Happy fishing, George. Oh yeah. I got pretty good with the forest maze. There's a couple of times, you know, I mess up here and there, but overall I've got it pretty much down. Nancy, I'm really, really sorry, but I just can't face another night here. I'm going to my aunt's in Philadelphia. Doors open. Make yourself at home. We'll call you from my car. Stop. P.S. My cell phone is 215-555-5389. P.P.S. Please don't hate me. Too late for that. Too late for that. Sally, how can Nancy ever forgive you? Shame on you. Let's go and see about the boat. Oh, yes. Need to grab a bucket.
Looks like paw prints.
What are they doing? Wanting some water, too? There's a whole lake full over here.
The boat's full of water.
Life jacket. What is Nancy doing? Like, always wearing the life jacket?
The spark plug is missing.
The spark plug is missing.
I gotta have some torque.
I gotta have some torque.
I gotta have some torque.
Gotta have some torque. I love it when she says that. I don't know why. It's just like it's so
fun. The spark plug is missing.
And yes, we gotta talk to Mr. Red Knight. Let's see.
A face only a gnome could love.
Got a key. Should I do it? Should I do it? I'm gonna do it. Poor Nancy. I'm so sorry. I'm such a meanie. She's committing suicide. Oops. Oh, how many times does this take? Oh, there we go. Ow! Poor Nancy. Wait, I might need to see that again, just in case if she didn't know. Oh, okay, yeah, she knows she needs the spark plug. I think, yeah.
The spark plug is missing.
Yeah, there we go. Just wanted to make sure, just in case if I messed that up, having to do the second chance. Where was I going? Okay, it's been a while since I played this one too, so sometimes I'm even having to try to figure out my
only a gnome
bearings
could
again.
love.
Grab the key. And let's get this puppy opened.
Oh,
Of course, the key breaks off. But no
There's
fear,
got to be
Nancy!
another way to get this open.
Opens up both at the same time. I don't think there's anything else. I think if you hold this, it shouldn't kill you. No. Oh, well, okay. I guess holding that still doesn't do anything. Alright. I love the shed scene later on in the game. That's fun. Way to go, Nancy! Exactly. Yes. Nancy is the only girl I've ever seen in my life that can somehow die 100 times and yet still come back to life, you know? Let's go talk to Mr. Red Gnat. See if he's gonna be a jerk. Or
The
if he's gonna
moon's
be
so
nice and
bright,
pleasant.
I won't need my flashlight.
You know, I don't even think Nancy has a wait, does she have a flashlight? Oh, yes, she does, she does. I forgot about that big one. I was thinking of the smaller handheld ones, not the heftier size.
Well, it's Miss Nancy Drew.
Please, just call me Nancy.
I will if you keep your voice down. I just heard a cerulean warbler.
Really? Are they rare?
Something tells me they're gonna be with you around. You didn't come up here to chit-chat, did you?
Are you out here all by yourself?
I came to see birds, not people.
People.
The more people there are in a forest, the fewer birds there are. It's a fact of life. Reason I like to come here is because nobody else does. It's perfect. Not a decent grocery store, restaurant, or motel for miles.
There's no place nearby that sells boat parts? Sally's outboard is missing a spark plug.
I might be able to help you out. After all, I was a Boy Scout. Be prepared.
Make like a Boy Scout and be prepared. I love that.
You mean you have a spark plug I could buy?
Well, just so happens I've got 2 spark plugs right here in my pocket. Question is, if I give you one, what do I get for it? I don't need cash, but maybe you could take a few pictures for me. Know how to use a digital camera?
Yeah, he is a fun guy.
My friend Bess just got one for her birthday. I helped her figure out how to use it.
There's a couple of birds I'm supposed to take pictures of for PEPSOB. That's People for the Preservation and Study of Birds. You can recognize them by their songs, which are on this tape, which you can play on my cassette player, which you're gonna have to get from M's Emporium as soon as you get your boat fixed. Think you can handle that?
I know I can.
Here's everything you'll need. M's Emporium is up lake on the west side. Not that I'm trying to get you out of my hair or anything, but try not to come pestering me till you're done, okay? One more thing. You smoke?
Only when I'm
only
on
when
fire.
I'm on fire.
Oh, you're a spunky one, aren't you? Well, these woods may not look it, but they're tinder dry. One lit match, and the best bird habitat on the East Coast will go up in smoke. So watch what you do. 'Cause if anything like that happens, I won't be looking for birds anymore. I'll be looking for you. Watch yourself out there.
Are you meaning that as a threat, or are you meaning that as a concern? I'll be looking for you. So grumpy. Very, very grumpy.
Leaves that appear on a fresh spring tree make my birth different from the other 3. When swans drift by on shimmering blue, I'm the one who plays in the summer dew. When autumn's call brings out the deer, it is I who howls on mornings clear. And when winter comes and birds take flight, look to me to sleep through the long gray night.
Quite frankly, this would be an annoying clock. yeah, wasn't, I know there's a puzzle up here. Vitus, Iggy, Lucy, and Xander. Which one is your favorite name for the dogs? Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
It's stuck.
It's stuck.
I need some
It's
sandpaper.
stuck.
It's stuck. It's stuck.
It's stuck. I gotta have some torque. No. Oh, let's see. I know I gotta go to M's Emporium to get the sandpaper. I don't remember. Does she? No, wait. She doesn't give me sandpaper. It's Red Knot. That's what it was. Yeah, I forgot about that. Let's see. What should I do next? Let's go bird hunting because I meant bird watching.
better
Shooting
be
up all the
careful.
birds. Whoops. My bad. I'm so sorry, Red Knot. Red Knot will seriously strangle Nancy
Where
now.
are all the birds?
Oh, the poor birds. Oh, goodness. Xander.
Where
That
are
is a
all
cool
the
name.
birds?
I like that. Where are all the birds? Maybe, Nancy, if you stop shouting like a banshee, they'll show up. Oh. Stay still. There we go. There we go. Purdy. Purdy. Very pretty. Alrighty. Let's see. Oh my word, this would be a nightmare for somebody that's never done this before, the maze, and just like keep getting lost. Oh. I know how that was.
Come back!
Do you own a dog or is it you own a cat? I know you said something about a cat before. Oh, shoot. Where are all the birds? Now that's one thing that I've never been able to get down properly is the birds. Locations. Let's see. Trying to remember how to get around here. Okay, so this was the way when you're going in the direction of the cemetery, so... Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There! Woo! Got another bird! Oh yes, the little
Where are all the
ribbon
birds?
on the tree. Or cloth, I guess. Ooh, pretty bird. Hey, what's up? Nice. Nice. I know what it feels like having a billion cats. I love them. Do you like to name your animals unique names or something kind of goofy or whatever? Or do you like just normal names for them, like, I don't know, Freddy or
Come
something?
back!
Nancy, you scare everything. Waldo Matthias, born August 5th, 1875? Died May 10th, 1925. Actually, he was born almost the same day as my birthday. Huh. Mine's August 18th. Like that.
These look like dog tracks.
Actually, that's one thing I really like about the Alibi and Ashes game is that the day of, not the day of the fire, but the day afterwards when you're doing all the investigation and everything is Ned and George and whatever, that takes place on August 18th, so I love that because that's my birthday. How long do these little guys stay alive? It's about, wait, 10, 12 years? Almost? A little over 11 years. For that one. That one was 10. That would have been about, around 12. That's nice. It's kind of nice just seeing the different details in the game. When characters were born and so on and so forth. Okay, now let's see what we need to do next. I remember. Nice floorboard right under here.
Those look too rotten.
Yeah, there's the dead tree. The funny thing is, you can't even see Nancy's car. I don't know if I've ever thought about that. Like, literally, her car is just gone. Let's see. I think we need to talk to Red Knot again because, he needs to tell us you're scaring all the birds. Gotta stop wearing all that flashy clothing. You gotta put on these.
You find all the birds?
I found some birds, but no matter how quiet I am, I've been scaring other birds away before I can take their picture. What am I doing wrong?
You're wearing those clothes. That's what you're doing wrong. You need to blend in, like me.
He doesn't like Nancy's
Go back
style,
over
I
to M's
guess.
tacky tourist trap and get yourself some camouflage gear. Only sensible thing that money grubber carries.
Ooh, money grubber.
The water in Sally's well needs to be tested. How do I do that?
Get a sampling kit from Jeff Akers. Ranger station's on the east side of the lake.
I'm sorry, but finding those birds is harder than I thought it would be. Can you give me any tips?
You gotta look for them. This isn't gonna be
Gotta
a
look for
Sunday
them.
picnic, you know? And try early in the morning. That's when most of them are singing.
See you in a while.
Shh, down a notch. Remember.
This is why Red Knot is never invited to Thanksgivings and Christmases. He's a meanie beanie. Turn up the music just a little bit.
Dear Ned,
Just a
remember
tad bit.
Sally McDonald, the woman who took those photos that Dad has up in his office?
There we go. Here, let's save the game real quick. Let's name it, I don't know. That's gonna be too big. Let's do. Red Knot hates Nancy. Ooh, that's cool. Susie, that's a pretty name. Let's go for it. Let's go for a ride, shall we? Or it's not gonna work. Kaboom! Girl sleuth dies and out there. I can't read. Out that.
Something must be very wrong with this engine.
You think? Let's see. Down. Okay, I think this one would be in the middle. And then the bottom and the top. That should be it. There we go. Let's go to Ed's Emporium. Hi there, Nancy. Do you have a favorite character that we meet in the Nancy Drew series, Jenny? Like, do you favor the Hardy Boys in particular, or do you prefer like the other characters such as like I don't know, maybe Dave or Connie, somebody.
Hey there! Welcome to M's Emporium. I'm Emily Griffin.
Hi there.
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm staying out at the old Malone place. You know, the house Sally McDonald bought?
Now, what's she doing inviting guests out to that old dump?
Mouse. You can play. Oh.
She's got a little problem she's hoping I can solve. But right now, I need a chainsaw.
A chainsaw?
What I really need is for someone to come out and
Dave.
remove the tree that fell in Sally's driveway.
I'll get
Dave's
Tucker
a fun
Davis
guy.
to take care of it. Gotta warn you, though. Tucker tends to do things in his own sweet time. So how come Sally ain't with you?
She doesn't like you. No, I'm kidding.
She couldn't stand the thought of spending another night in that house.
I told her. I said, Sally,
Sally.
that old house is gonna be nothing but trouble. And sure enough, Malone's hounds have come back. Just when we all thought they were finally resting in peace.
You know, she actually, that lady who does Emily's voice actually is not too bad. I like that southern accent.
Have you ever seen the dogs?
Nope. Don't want to, neither. Just hearing 'em howl's bad enough. Scares the bejeebies out of me.
I got the bejeebies scared out of me twice last night. Just before I saw the dogs, I caught a man named Red Knot prowling around outside the house.
The bird watcher. Comes in every so often to stock up on that weirdo food he eats. You know how them tree hugger types are.
It seemed to me that he was
It's
more
more like a
into
tree
watching
sitter,
birds than
but-
hugging trees.
Yeah, well, whatever. One thing's for sure. He's gonna wind up with a dose of buckshot in his hind end if he keeps tramping through people's yards making noises like he just popped out of a UFO.
Mr. Knott did me a favor, and in return he asked me to pick up a cassette player from you.
Oh, yeah. I got it right here. Thought maybe the old coot had forgotten he left it here.
Let me take it. Ma'am, take it.
What else can I do you for?
These so-called ghost dogs left very real paw prints. I saw some near the cemetery that's by the Malone house. Have you ever been there?
Can't say as I have. Poking around cemeteries ain't exactly a hobby with me.
Does the name Waldo Matthias mean anything to you?
Can't say as it does.
Where do you find your... Achoo!
Bless you. It's all the dust. Sometimes I think it grows on this stuff.
You seem to be selling everything under the sun in here.
Best part is, I got most of this stuff for free. See, back in the days of Prohibition, that old Malone place used to be party central. Only way to get to and from back then was by boat. And when those boats dumped, on account of bad weather or bad driving or the feds suddenly showing up, well, everything from diamond necklaces to full bottles of illegal booze sank to the bottom of the lake.
So it's finders keepers, huh?
That's right. See, recovering objects from the lake bed is illegal. According to Squeaky Wheel Acres, dragging the lake for artifacts was upsetting its delicate eco-balance. So thanks mostly to his constant squawking, the state banned it.
Squeaky Wheel Acres?
Jeff Akers, local park ranger. I keep telling him all this stuff washed up on shore. But does that snobby little stickler for rules believe me?
Sounds like you aren't real fond of Ranger Acres.
Jeff Akers could take all his precious rules and regulations and take a flying leap. Now, I got nothing against getting more customers in here, mind you. But I kind of like Moon Lake the way it is. Small, quiet, out of the way. But Jeff Akers, why, there's nothing he'd like better than to see all the lake and all the property around it turned into one big, noisy, jam-packed state park.
Why would he want that?
He's the type of guy who likes to boss people around, makes them feel important. So if the park got way bigger and was crawling with tourists, why, instead of giving out maybe one ticket for littering every 2 days, he'd be giving out 12 tickets every 2 hours. He'd be in heaven. Well, hey, I'm sure you got better things to do than getting your ear chewed off by yours truly.
I need to buy something.
You want it? I got it. Long as you pay cash, that is.
Right now, cash is kind of a problem for me. Do you think we could do some kind of
I could do
trade-off?
chores for
You
you.
scratch my back, I scratch yours, huh? Seeing as how you're a friend of Sally's, and seeing as how I got some things around here that could use doing, I guess we could work something out. What is it you need?
To make a long story short, I need some camouflage gear.
Got some right over here. One size fits all. But I'm running kind of low on bait. So if you go out and get me, oh, say a dozen little critters, I'll give you the camos.
A dozen little critters?
Worms, spiders, beetles, grubs. Anything that wriggles on its belly'll do. Just look under stuff. Rocks, logs, dead leaves. Should be able to find 12 in no time.
Hunting for critters isn't illegal, is it?
Things ain't quite that bad around here. Least not yet. Now, if Jeff Akers' daddy was still around, you might get arrested for cruelty to animals or some such nonsense. Joe Akers used to be the deputy sheriff. Real critter lover, that one was.
Do you sell sandpaper by any chance?
I do, but Mr. Birdbrain was in last week and cleaned me out. Said he was tired of that observation platform of his giving him splinters in his hinter regions.
Ow.
Think I could get some from him?
He's your only hope, but you better ask him for it quick. That deck of
Help
his
me,
is pretty
Redknot,
big,
you're
and
my
those
only
squares I
hope.
sold him are pretty small.
Guess I'll see you later.
You betcha.
Okay, let's look around here just a bit, y'all. Live bait. Buy for $4? Wait. Ew! Ew! I love all these Photoshop heads, I think. Oh my word. Ew! Just the way Nancy says that, it's like, what? Let's go. Nancy, move. Move. She sells Cocoa Kringle bars? I want a Cocoa Kringle. I have played this game for years. I have watched I've probably seen this a dozen times or so. Just live streams, and I don't think I've ever noticed she sells Cocoa Kringle bars. That is amazing. I want to buy one now. Woman, give me some. Give it. It's supposed to be similar to the, what is it? I can't remember
Hey
what the
there,
name
Nancy.
of it was.
Got that bait yet?
Not yet.
Did you
Sooner
see
you
me
get 'em, the
even
better.
leave?
Guess I'll see you later.
I guess you
Yes,
will.
Crunch Bar. It's like how Little Jackalope described it as. It's like a Crunch Bar, but better milk chocolate type of thing. Why don't you take over for a little bit? It's been I've done about 40 minutes or so. 35, 40 minutes, give or take. Yeah, give or take. It's been about 30 some minutes. Yeah, we have the stuff, but we need to get the critters and things. No, I wasn't meaning to do this on purpose to you, of having to look for the critters. That's true. There's sunlight on it, and that's not supposed to be looking like that. Yeah, that's true. This is like the cockroaches
Hello.
all over
Can I
again.
help you?
I'm Nancy Drew. I'm a friend of Sally's.
Are you Jeff Akers?
At your service. I noticed that you arrived by boat. Does that mean you're staying on the lake?
He's like so stoned in his expression.
Yes, I am. My name's Nancy Drew. I'm visiting Sally McDonald.
Oh, that's
Let's
funny. It's
see.
still
Sally
April for all of
McDonald
us, and on the
is
game,
the woman who
it's
bought
April.
the old Malone
That's funny.
place.
That's really terrible font for the April
That's
word,
right.
though.
Only she's gone back to Philadelphia.
see it.
Malone's dogs got to her.
Don't tell me she believes all that ghost dog stuff.
Woo!
So you know the legend?
I know almost everything about this area. Not only have I lived here all my life, but you're standing in the unofficial Moon Lake Museum of Factual and Natural History. I'm its equally unofficial curator.
What's your take on all this ghost dog stuff, y'all?
What's your take on all this ghost dog stuff?
Whatever's out there, I'm sure they're no more and no less than exactly what they look and sound like. Dogs. Living, breathing, very noisy dogs.
Dogs. Yes, dogs are very noisy.
Why do you think dogs would attack Sally's house?
Dogs can be trained to do almost anything.
Any idea what would make a dog's eyes glow yellow?
Something in their diet, maybe? Some oddball vitamin or protein.
That's true.
Do you have something I could use to test the well water at Sally's?
Sure do. Simple to use, too. Just pump some water into this vial, return the sample to me, I'll send it off, and in a day or two, you'll find out whether or not your water's fit to drink.
Or you might die if you drink it.
Do wells go bad very often?
Depends on when they were dug. The older they are, the more susceptible to contamination they are.
What do you know about the cemetery behind the Malone house?
People are buried there. Beyond that, what's to know?
Wow, thank you. Dr. Watson here's got a lot of information for us.
Is Malone buried there?
That's the rumor.
The inscription on one of the tombstones reads Waldo Matthias.
Waldo
Does
Matthias.
that name ring any bells?
Not in my steeple.
You are of no help. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, yeah. That's true. He would have known about Waldo Matthias since he had all that in his directory. Yeah. I think that was just
Would it be
mistaken
okay if I
writing.
looked around?
Please do. And if you have any questions, any more questions,
Oh, we got plenty of
ask.
questions, sir.
Of course, it's not by Nancy saying we. Tell her.
What?
Nancy says we have plenty of questions, but
Oh. Nancy's just like, we have plenty of questions. She has a double personality.
Would you mind mailing this letter for me?
not at all.
That would actually be rather scary.
I've been trying to take pictures of birds for this guy named Red Knot. Ever met him?
Oh, yes, the Birdman. I'd stay away from him if I were you.
Why? Is something wrong with him?
He's a fanatic. He's got it in his head that Moon Lake would be the best
Wow, this
bird-watching
is
venue
funny.
in the world except for one thing.
Hold on.
Too many people. Believe me, if there was a way to get this park shut down and all the homes on the lake torn down, he'd do it in an instant.
I don't know if I ever realized how funny it is and how it's like a triangular figuration with how everybody hates each other. It's like you have Red Knot was making fun of Emily. Emily was making fun of Ranger Acres, and the Ranger Acres is making fun of Red Knot. It's actually kind of funny. I don't think I ever realized that.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
You're
Oh,
no
and
help
one
at
last
all,
thing.
sir. Thank you.
The deer mouse population has boomed this year, so please take precautions if you're cleaning out any area where they may have nested. They can carry some nasty diseases.
Thanks for the tip, Ranger Acres.
Oh yeah, his desk keeps disappearing. Yes, my brother is in the background. He's right beside me. It's just, we tried to connect two microphones one time, and it just was not working very well, especially since we can't wear like headsets and stuff to be able to listen to the gameplay, so the
I
gameplay
probably
is
shouldn't
not
mess around with this
playing
without
out of the
Ranger Acres'
speakers and then
permission.
going into the microphone. You know, it would cause an echo effect, so unfortunately, you know, it all just didn't really work out very well trying to use the microphones. So we just stuck with the one, and he doesn't talk a whole lot anyways, like publicly talking like a super lot. I'm more the outgoing one, so but he's currently playing right now, so yeah. Oh yeah, we can look at his computer and the files that he has as well, the folders.
I
Oh, that's
probably
right.
shouldn't mess
That's
around
right.
with this without Ranger Acres' permission.
This is not where you can look at it.
Oh yeah, the well water. Huh. Moon Lake is too far from any major city for its residents to tap into a public water supply. Therefore, everyone living in the area must rely on private wells for the water they use every day for drinking, cooking, and bathing. Nowadays, wells are located and constructed according to requirements set down by the state of Pennsylvania, but a well does not last forever. Sooner or later, wells begin to lose their ability to keep out contaminants. For this reason, a well should be inspected every few years, and its water should be tested at least once a year. Water can be contaminated by chemicals such as pesticides and fertilizers, by naturally occurring elements such as arsenic and lead, and by waste-borne microbes, which can cause such diseases as dysentery, hepatitis, giardiasis. See factoid on giardiasis under health and safety tips, and cryptosporidiasis. Wow, it's a hard word to say. Well water that is contaminated may look and smell fine, which is why testing is imperative to ensure safety. On the other hand, well water that smells and tastes like rotten eggs may be perfectly safe. Well, I don't think I'd feel very safe. This unpleasant odor may come from the underground rock surrounding the source of the well water, but more likely it is caused by bacteria, which, though harmless, live in rapidly multiplying colonies in the well and emit hydrogen sulfide gas as part of their life cycle. Disinfecting the well with carefully calculated amounts of chlorine can reduce or eliminate foul odors by destroying the bacteria which create them. The Grimley County Extension Service has more information on shock chlorination. If your well is more than 20 years old, has not been used or tested for more than a year, or there is a sudden change in the quality of your water, immediately stop drinking the water and disconnect your plumbing system from the well. Then get a water testing kit from the friendly, ever-helpful park ranger behind you. Well, that's just, wow, he's full of it. Take a sample from the well, see the factoid on priming a pump if your pump doesn't work, and send it to the address included in the kit. When working with water systems, large or small, always remember turning a valve to the right will shut off the flow of water, while turning a valve to the left will allow water to flow. In other words, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Oh yeah, Lyme disease. Huh. I think I might have known somebody that got Lyme disease. I can't remember. I thought they had trouble with it after being bitten by a tick, and it started to bother them a couple years later.
I probably shouldn't mess around with this without Ranger Acres' permission.
Those are fun facts. Just learning different things about Moon Lake and various safety tips and everything. It's kind of nice. Alright, let's see. What are we supposed to do next? I think you're supposed to get the water for the test tube. You have the bucket. You have it in your inventory. Bottom bump, bottom bump. Oh wait, you gotta pour water in it. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done this. I forget about these things. Bottom bump, bottom bump, bottom bump. And you could just leave that there for later, obviously. Moon Lake Park Ranger. Actually, how long do you think it would take for her to boat over there?
You're back.
I
Yes,
have that
we're
water
back.
sample. What do I do with it?
Just give it to me, and I'll take care of it.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
Boating, 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 boating. We also need to get a dozen little critters. As Michael Gray would say. A dozen little critters! Let's look for the bugs. Bugs. You can just save wherever. Grab him fast. Yeah! The bugs part is annoying because I think it's in the other rock. Because it just bugs out sometimes. Actually, that's kind of funny. I didn't mean to make a pun. No, grab the worm! Grab the worm! Stress. The stress is on. Stress is on. We got 3 buggies so far. Woo! There's also one under the flap that's near the basement door. We can look at that real quick. Quickly! Grab him! Grab him! Fast! There we go. We got 5, I think. Yeah, the critter hunting would be more fun if it didn't have that glitch where sometimes you have to reload because it messed up on you and trying to get them all. I know there's obviously more in the log. It's at least, I think 2 or 3 bugs that you can get in the log, but you'd have to be quick. Yeah, you go straight. Yeah, left. There we go. Quickly. Okay, we got 6. And remember, we got to do some at night too, so. I'm not sure there's any in the cemetery during the day, but you can check. Tweet, tweet, tweet! Tweet, tweet, tweet! There shouldn't be anything else. Yeah, I've already at the cemetery. Birdie, birdie! Might not be able to, but we'll
Darn,
see.
it flew away.
I wonder if anybody's been able to attach like a small GoPro on a big bird before. That would actually be kind of interesting. What's probably the scariest animal to you, Jenny? Would it be like a giant beast such as like a bear? Or perhaps spiders or something? Da, da, da. Yeah, you gotta keep moving, because I don't know if that other one disappears when you're near it. It was the other one. Behind you. Left. Yeah, I don't know if there were any under there at the time. Oh. Yes, spiders are frightening. That's what's difficult about when it's summertime, because it's like, for me, summer's my favorite season. But the problem is all the spiders. We get a lot of brown recluses. What's the most prominent spider that you end up encountering? We need one more. Unfortunately, if there's nothing near the basement, we won't be able to finish. Might have to reload. But go to the basement area and see if there's any. There might be one at the basement, is what I'm trying to say. Yes, 12. A dozen little critters. Well, that's dark. Nancy gets yanked into the ground at the cemetery. Ah! That's George! She's like, I'm so sorry, Nancy. But my boyfriend hasn't called me yet, and I can't risk dying, even for you. George would be definitely the fearless one of the two of them. But of the Hardy Boys, Frank would be the fearless. All spiders. Yeesh. Yeah, Joe and Bess would just scream like freaking banshees. And then they're screaming and running off while George and Frank are just rolling their eyes. If there's nothing else in the woods, we'll have to reload and try again. I doubt there'd be any at the cemetery. Yeah. Oh, there might be one! There might be one! Go to the right! Go to the right! Go to the right! Behind you! To the right. Yeah! We got a dozen! Dozen little critters. Yeah. That was a lot faster than anticipated. Woohoo! Yeah. Yeah. We go to the well. Sally, we just drowned the critters. We committed critter homicide. What the? Yeah, she's an idiot, as Michael Gray would say. In a more monotone voice, Nancy is an idiot. Emily
Hey,
is a
Nancy,
jerk.
how's the bait finding
Jeff
coming along?
Akers is a jerk. Red
Got
Knot
him right
is a
here.
jerk.
Well,
Everybody
now,
in this
you
game
done
is
all
a
right
jerk.
for a city gal. Here you go. Hope whatever you're hiding
Excuse
from won't
me.
catch you. How you holding up?
Any word from Tucker, what's his
Yeah,
name?
we found
He
a couple of
hasn't been
those
by
at
to
night.
move that
Thanks
tree
for
yet.
the.
I'll give him
Thanks for the
another
help.
call. But like I said, the man marches to the beat of another drummer. A very slow drummer.
Guess I'll see you later.
I guess you will.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, it was definitely a lot easier than I was expecting. So I was like, no, we need to reload. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we can look for birds. Let's go bird hunting. And then we can throw the camera at Red Knot. Here's your bird, sir. So Nancy's like, we're always wearing camouflage now, with the life jacket on, and her Mary Poppins bag. I assume Nancy would like always be carrying like a satchel type of thing. It obviously would not be a backpack or a purse. That'd be ridiculous. Ooh, left. There we go. They should be in the same spot, so they should be always located. Yeah. We just need to get one more bird here in the woods, and then the other one that's at the house. But I think we have to talk to Red Knot first about the last bird. Oh, careful. To the right? Thanks. No. Turn around. Oh, I thought that was gonna be one there. Tweet! Dwight! I'm sorry. I love that when Nancy's just yelling out, Dwight! You would think after the amount of time she's been sleuthing, she would learn to be more quiet, but no, she just yells everything out loud. I can't blame her though. I would lose my mind. Yeah, we can't look for it, so I think we have to talk to Red Knot. I think that's what we do next. Red Knot! Yeah, that's what I assume. He seems to be up all night.
She's right out the door when you open it upstairs.
He's standing right outside the front door. Did you get the birds? Mwah!
How's the bird watching coming
Push him
along?
off. I'm kidding.
I just can't seem to find a red-tailed hawk. Any suggestions?
Well, there's gotta be lots around here. You haven't been going around wearing sunglasses and earmuffs, have you?
What? No,
Where
Red.
am I most likely to see one?
Well, according to my bird map, they like to nest in the big tree that's just to the southwest of the Malone house. I suggest you park yourself nearby and wait. Bound to spot one sooner or later.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to keep bugging you, but
I
I need
need some
sandpaper.
sandpaper.
Emily said you might have some.
Here, take it and scram. I was just about to call in a meadowlark. That was always Ruth's favorite.
Was Ruth your
Generic
wife?
brand. I don't think I ever realized that.
Good heavens, no. My wife had no patience for birding. Ruth was my dog. Border collie. She'd hear a meadowlark, and by golly, her ears would perk, and she'd cock her head, and she'd just come as close to smiling as ever a dog could.
Aw. I always like that.
Was she the only dog you ever had?
Yep. Wouldn't be worth the hassle anymore. Especially now that I'm retired and spend so much time at Moon Lake. The place is surrounded by park land, and Ranger Acres just loves enforcing the leash laws. There it is again. Take your sandpaper and go sand something, okay?
Let's get the bird down. Nancy sleeps more than I do in a week. I mean, she
Well,
sleeps way
I
too
don't
much.
see any hawks, but this is probably the tree Red was talking about. At least it was the tree.
Yarr!
That sounded like a hawk.
Yeah, and Sally just took it
I
down.
need a camera. There it is. I better get a picture before it takes off.
Yarr!
Hey, what is that hawk standing on?
Speaker.
That looks like a speaker.
Nancy! Nancy Drew!
Huh?
You're stuck! You're gonna burn alive!
I better get out of here. My arms and legs are tied. I can't move. At least I can kick. If I could just get that scythe down, I could use the blade to cut the rope around my wrists and free my hands.
We're gonna die. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. Farewell. Farewell. Cruel world. I like to know how that scythe does not hurt Nancy.
I can't just let this thing burn up. I've got to
Let's
put it out.
let it burn up. Let's let it burn up. I want to see what happens. Fire! I love it.
Fire!
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 Ah! She's no help.
Fire! Fire!
Oh, this is lovely. Let's go voting. Let's go voting. Come on, y'all. Yeah, let's go
I need
voting.
a bucket.
Let's
I need
get,
a
no,
bucket.
Nancy, go to the flipping
I need
boat.
a bucket.
You get water there. Hey, kids. Remember, after you've been knocked out, tied up, and left in a burning ship, be sure to... Well, I couldn't even finish it.
I can't just let this thing burn up. I've got to put it out.
Grab the water. The water. Grab the water. Pour it on. It somehow magically
What in
takes out all the
blazes
fire.
happened? I saw the fire from my platform and came running. You weren't in there playing with matches,
You
were
weren't
you?
even up at your platform.
I was looking at birds, and then I noticed
So
something on the
impossible.
house, and the next
You
thing I
sleep
knew,
all
I was
day.
locked in the tool shed and somebody was setting it on fire.
Whoa, you're not making
And
much
you came from
sense.
the other direction.
Probably smoke inhalation or something. Come talk to me after you've cleaned yourself up and gotten some sleep. I need to tell you something.
Somebody tried to kill you?
I didn't say that.
Somebody knocked you out, locked you in a shed, set it on fire, and you think they were, what, just pulling a prank?
Yes.
Wake up and smell the hostile vibes, Nancy.
I guess it's just hard for me to believe that anybody would consider me to be that big a threat.
I should have never let you stay there by yourself.
Exactly.
Sally, I'm fine. I feel bad about your tool shed, though.
Who cares about the shed? It was full of junk anyway. I'm glad to be rid of it.
That's kind of the way Ranger Akers saw it, too. He showed up right after the birdwatcher did and ticketed me for burning refuse in a manner that endangered park property.
That man is insufferable.
Emily was nice, though. She came by right afterwards and wouldn't leave until I drank the tea she made for me.
Look, Nancy, one more time. If you want to leave, just say the word and I'll come get you.
Sally, one more time. I'm fine.
Well, then promise me you'll be careful, okay?
I promise. I'll be in touch.
You better.
Let's call Bess Marvin and tell them we almost burned alive. Yeah.
Hello?
Bess, it's Nancy.
I know that. What's going on?
Moon Lake is gorgeous, but it's so remote. The park ranger is the closest thing they have to a sheriff around here.
Park ranger? What's he like?
Which, as we all know, is Bess's way of saying, Park Ranger? Is he cute?
Not true, George. Nancy thinks everybody's cute, so what would be the point? Anyway,
Well, that's
Nancy,
just
you were
weird.
saying?
Especially since Nancy's dating. Oh yeah, his name's Jeff Akers. He's very helpful, polite. I love that one.
His name's Jeff Akers. He's very helpful, polite, efficient, knowledgeable.
Sounds boring.
In fact, he probably knows more about the area than all the other residents of Moon Lake combined.
Sounds very boring.
What's he know about these alleged ghost dogs?
He thinks they're just plain old dogs that for some reason like to run around at night scaring people.
And what does Detective Drew think about the dogs?
I think Sally had good reason to be scared of them. I don't blame her for leaving, which leads me to think that maybe that was the whole
What
idea.
did Sally do? Just
Somebody had those dogs
Screaming
attack
outside?
Sally in order to scare her away?
Why
Oh,
would
yeah.
anybody do
Oh, yeah.
that? She was there for less than a month.
You'd have to be a total creep to make enemies that fast. And Sally's one of the nicest people I know.
Ooh, Nancy! Speaking of cute guys, Captain Joe Hardy called. I filled them in on where
Oh, I
you are and
forgot
what
we
you're
could
doing,
talk
and
to
they're
the
dying
Hardys.
to hear from you.
Great. Did they leave a number?
Their number is 280-555-4865. Bess didn't recognize it when they called and almost didn't answer the phone.
Good thing my cousin here has a memory like an elephant, huh?
What's that supposed to mean?
Tell them, Nancy. They're dying to hear from you. But remember, Frank's cute and all that, but George and I want
Ooh.
to hear from you, too.
Yeah, no fair
Frank's
discussing the
cute and
case
all
with
that.
them from now on and not with us. Promise you'll keep us up to speed.
I promise.
Then Nancy just doesn't call Bess and George anymore.
This
Why would
birdwatcher
she not
I met
mention the
has got me
shed?
taking pictures of birds for some survey he's doing. He's a bit of a grump.
Does he live nearby?
No, he just kind of hangs out in the woods. In fact, I only see him at night.
Interesting. He's in the woods at night. The dogs are in the
Well,
woods
technically
at
he doesn't
night.
live in the woods.
Could
He lives
he
on
have had a
Sally's
reason for wanting
property
Sally
as
out
a
of the Malone
trespasser, so
house?
it's kind of
Maybe. From what Ranger Akers told me, Red would like everybody around here out of their houses. He thinks there's too many people at Moon Lake and it's ruining the bird watching. Ranger Akers called him a fanatic.
Fanatic equals suspect in my book.
Did I mention that all the water in Sally's house comes from a well?
Ew, really? Does it taste like rotten eggs?
Not all well water tastes like rotten eggs, Bess.
I don't know if it does or not. Because the well is so old, I need to get the water tested before I drink it.
Good plan. Nothing will wreck your day faster than a nice tall glass of contaminated water.
Bye, you
Words
guys.
of wisdom,
Ta-ta.
Bess.
Ciao for now.
Let's talk to the Hardy Boys and see if we can tell them anything. 555-4865. They didn't have Ned be more of a regular phone contact until later on, I think.
Hello?
Hey, Joe, it's Nancy.
Nancy, how's it going? No, wait, don't answer that. Talk about the weather or something.
The weather?
Yeah, that'll give me time to grab the other phone and take it outside. Frank's washing the car. He'll kill me if he misses anything. Here, wait a sec. Take a break, it's Nancy. Hang on, he's putting
Yeah,
the
it
hose
should be
down.
the same one.
He's drying his hands. He's
I
walking over.
think that's been the
Nancy,
same
hi.
one for
What's
years.
up? Bess and George say you've got another mystery on
Obviously,
your hands.
Frank's has
Or
been
should we say,
different.
on your paws?
They told you about the dogs?
We made them tell us everything. Pumped them dry.
As you may have guessed, we're not exactly rolling in detective work here.
So you're living vicariously through me.
It's not the first time, sad to say.
What conclusions have you reached so far, Detective?
I'm convinced that someone's trying to kill me and nothing is being mentioned about this.
I'm convinced that someone is using those ghost dogs to scare Sally into abandoning Malone's house. If I can just figure out why, I might be able to figure out who.
Never hurts to look for motive.
Hardy Boys show up, the red dot, there's 100 people there.
The Hardy Boys and George is grabbing Bess and dragging her over here and
And then their police chief comes with
yeah, Chief McGinnis comes out of nowhere.
half a dozen cops that he's bringing with.
Alright, Nancy, let's see if we can find this criminal and bring him to justice. Jurisdiction. He's out of his jurisdiction. If nothing else, these ghost dogs are very well trained. Y'all. Why did she not tell her best friends? She almost died.
If nothing else, those ghost dogs are very well trained. I'm watching to see who owns and or trains dogs around here.
Good plan. But don't forget, a really smart perpetrator is going to make it look like he or she has no connection to dogs whatsoever.
But then a really, really smart perp might have dogs all over the place and not bother to hide it, because he or she would figure you'd never suspect anyone so obvious.
Emily Griffin doesn't
Emily
seem to have
Griffin
any
doesn't seem to
dogs.
have any dogs.
Uh-oh. Move her
they
up
have
on
you
your
in the second
suspect
list.
list.
I'd move her down.
You know, Joe,
Where's
something
my
tells me we're
Yeah.
not helping.
Wait, did Bess and George ever say that they told them about anything? I actually don't remember. They might have said something, but they wouldn't have brought up Emily.
No.
We're doing everything wrong with video while playing through this game. It's like they screwed up on this part real bad. Malone and his 4 dogs are supposedly buried in a little cemetery near the house.
Malone and his 4 dogs are supposedly buried in a little cemetery near the house. They've all got headstones inscribed with when they were born and when they died.
That's
Bum, bum,
interesting.
bum.
Did Malone have family?
Not that I'm aware of.
Then who had the tombstones inscribed?
I don't know, but it had to be someone who had access to Malone's house and property after he died.
Sounds like this latest puzzle of yours is still missing a few pieces.
I seem to be getting nowhere fast. Anybody have any suggestions?
We can probably come up with a few.
But we're not going to make it easy for you.
After all, it's your case, not ours.
Have you tried fixing the floor in the living room yet?
Later, guys.
Watch out for dogs.
Just watch out, period.
Let's save the game real quick. It's been a little bit since we saved it.
Why replace them?
I love talking to the Hardy Boys.
Here, we have to water, we have to let know about it. Let's do.
Yeah.
We'll go do the well water, stuff like that, and then we'll like a making plan.
I do that too. It's like trying to marathon the show as well. It's like, we'll watch 4 of these episodes tonight, and then every other night we'll do the same thing, and then...
Hello there. I owe you an apology. After you came up here looking for those red tails, I gave my map a closer look and realized it was more than 50 years old. Reason you can't find them is probably because their favorite nesting tree is gone. Finding that hawk's gonna be harder than I thought, so why don't you just give me back my camera and I'll take it from here? It didn't get burned up in that fire or anything, did it?
You'll be happy to know that I did get a picture of a red-tailed hawk. So here's your camera back. I got all the birds.
Thank you, Nancy. Nice work. You're a credit to your generation.
Well, thank you.
Where did those gas cans come from?
I ran out of gas. So much for being prepared, huh? Well, that's all I wanted to tell you. I'm sure you've got places to go, things to see, people to pester.
People to beat
See
up.
you in a while.
Whoops.
Watch yourself out there.
Yeah, I mean, let me get this straight. He has a lantern right next to a bunch of gas. I don't think that's safe. Not safe, but in the slightest. Ah, we're getting text messages. Hey, Rick, you might want to silence your phone so it's not. Ranger, you're so. Ah, that's the well water. Aha!
You're back.
You have a dog.
Have you gotten the results back from that water sample I left with you?
I meant to call the Department of Health today for a status report, but frankly, I've been way too busy.
And you said you were efficient. The Lone Ranger. Ha 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 ha. That's
How
actually
long
kind
have
of
you
funny.
been the Lone Ranger here, as it were?
6
That's
long,
kinda funny.
very frustrating years. If I were in charge of just 10 more acres of parkland, they'd give me an assistant, and I could devote more time to the acquisition of more land and eventually put Moon Lake on the map as one of the biggest, most popular parks in the state.
Wait, so does Sally own the cemetery as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's on her property. That's actually kind of creepy.
Why didn't the Parks Department buy the Malone property instead of Sally?
She outbid them, the cheapskates.
Well, if those dogs scare Sally away for good, other people are bound to think twice about buying the place. The bank will lower its price, and you'll have your land.
You're insinuating things again, Miss Drew.
You're good, you're good. It's fine.
I'm sorry, I really am. It's just that Sally's my friend, and I'd really like to find out why someone's doing this to her.
Tell you what, if you're serious about making amends, there's some boxes by the computer labeled with dates. They're from the estate of a local history buff. She kept everything
Can you
from
please
newspaper
apologize,
clippings to
though,
old
for
photos
accusing
to
Nancy of
recipes
burning
for
up
apple
the
pies.
place?
She put everything in envelopes.
Well, I mean, not the ranger
then numbered
station.
them by
I'm
year
talking
using Roman numerals.
Set it on fire!
Just put the envelopes in order by year with the earliest date in front. Oh, and if you're rusty on Roman numerals, there's
Nancy's
an
an
entry on them
arsonist
in
now.
the computer.
Oops. Apple crisp.
Okay if I read what's in the envelopes?
Don't go reading anything until you're through, or take my word for it, you'll never get finished.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Ah, yes. Oh, let's look at the doggy. Hi there! Hi! Yeah, I wonder if that dog is based off of any of the animals that her interactive team had.
Let's see. Jeff
Woo!
said the envelope
Okay.
with the earliest date goes down in
Let's
the
see.
front of each box.
1911. Okay, so that's in there. 19. That'd be, wait, 1910? I think that's. No. Wait, I'm getting this confused. Hold on. 1900. Okay. And then, let's see. Oh, yeah, you have to go from bottom up. I think that's how it works. Yeah, 1915. So that one should be put in the left column. I think it would be like MCXX. Let's see. 1910, I think. $1911. Let's see, 1900. Let's try to get the left column done first. So that'd be, let's see, 1904. And then the top one I think is 1911, right? 1911. And then 1904, and then 1900. I think, yeah, I think the left column's good. 1913, 1914, and then 1960. That is not in the right spot. Yeah, that's 1914. And then the third one needs to be moved. That one's, yeah. Okay, so yeah. There's that, yeah, let's see if there's any. 1915? Is that right? 1915? Right here? The bottom? Right there. I think that should be 15. Is that, yeah, it's 17. 17 and then 19. Okay. That one needs to be moved to the top on the right column, I think. 1990. Okay, so second or third spot on the right side, I guess. Let's see, 1932.
Now that they're all sorted,
Oh,
I can do some reading.
Nice. Very good, very good. The Belfont Star, February 13, 1941. Philadelphia mobster dies in Leavenworth. February 13, 1941, Michael Mickey Malone died yesterday of liver failure in the federal penitentiary at Leavenworth, Kansas, at the age of 52. Born in Newark, New Jersey in 1889, Malone owned and operated Philadelphia Duds and Suds, a chain of laundromats and dry cleaners that allowed him to disguise and disperse the money he made as a racketeer. Compared to other gangsters, Malone kept a relatively low profile. His desire for privacy was enforced by 4 large dogs who never left his side. Although he was rumored to be involved in everything from rum running to gold heists, he never spent a single night in jail until he was arrested in 1932 for tax evasion. He was convicted the following year and was sentenced to 8 years in federal prison. He died just 2 months before he was scheduled to be released. Wow. Forgot about that. Gangster nabbed at Moon Lake residence. Mickey Malone arrested right at his luxurious Moon Lake property. Mickey Malone, a Philadelphia businessman long considered by police to be a bootlegger and a racketeer, finally felt the sting of the sword of justice when he was arrested this morning at his house on Moon Lake. Careful to keep Malone's attack dogs at bay, agents from the Internal Revenue Service and the Department of Justice raided the lakefront home at dawn, catching Malone and his henchmen completely by surprise. Within seconds, Malone was handcuffed, wearing only an overcoat over his pajamas. He was swept out the door and into a waiting car. He was driven directly to Philadelphia, where he was jailed on charges of tax evasion and conspiracy to violate prohibition laws. The police had been wise to Malone's criminal activities for years, but 3 previous attempts to incarcerate him failed miserably when Malone's shadowy associates, through bribes and threats, forced prosecution witnesses to recant their stories. This time, federal agents intend to rely on ledgers and tax returns to prove their case. Since 1927, when it was determined that even income gained through illegal means is taxable, authorities have been eager to use this ruling to make thugs like Malone pay for their crimes. Mickey Malone's been making us look like fools for a long time, declared Bureau of Investigation Agent Waldo Mathias, but today the good guys finally got the last laugh. Malone loudly and repeatedly proclaimed that he'd done nothing wrong as he was led to jail. However, his protestations of innocence ended abruptly when, apparently not wishing to be photographed in his pajamas, Malone took a swing at a press photographer. He was quickly subdued. Woo! That guy was violent. Dragon Man is a drag for Pennsylvania treasure hunter. There's gold in them there sandbars. At least that's been the experience of Emily Griffin, owner of M's Emporium on Moon Lakes in central Pennsylvania. For the past 10 years, she has been dragging a heavy net back and forth along the bottom of the lake, uncovering and bringing to the surface. Wait, isn't that illegal? Or is that?
It was made illegal.
Oh, it was made illegal later on? Okay. Okay. Ah, I see. Uncovering and bringing to the surface relics from the 1920s. I've dredged up everything from diamond tiaras to skeleton keys to full bottles of French cognac. Cognac? Said Griffin. It just blows my mind what those people would drop back then and never bother going back for. She was referring to the wealthy guests of Gangster Mickey Malone, who built a home on the lake in 1925 and threw large, raucous, I'm not sure, parties almost every weekend. Because as the guests traveled to and from the house by boat, personal items were lost overboard with great frequency. Miss Griffin estimates that she has made close to $20,000 selling her finds to antique hunters and tourists. But last week, her windfall came to an end. The county in which Moon Lake is located passed an ordinance making the recovery of objects from the lake bed illegal. The ban arose from the fact that the bottom of Moon Lake is composed of unusually fine sand. When disturbed, it clouds the water, sometimes for days, posing a threat to the aquatic plants and fish that otherwise thrive there. Park Ranger Jeff Akers, who oversees the state parks surrounding the lake, initiated the ban. The eco-balance of Moon Lake is simply too delicate to ignore, he contends. Miss Griffin begs to differ. The whole thing's just plumb ridiculous, she says. You know what all that stuff down there is doing right now? It's rusting, rotting away, polluting the water. Heck, by getting it out of there, I'm doing the county a favor. Unfortunately, the county doesn't see it that way, and it appears that Miss Griffin will have to abandon what has become a pleasantly profitable hobby. Oh, I don't know, she shrugs. I could still sell the stuff that washes up on shore, and that happens, especially after a good storm. So I may be down, she says, eyes twinkling, but I ain't necessarily out. Ooh. Watch the Substix show Monday nights on the plumbing broadcast service. Money won't get flushed down this toilet. Oh, goodness. I will be right back. So, either my brother Ricky will either just not use the mic in the meantime, or he might use it a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna head out for just a few minutes, and then I will be back.
You're back.
I finished putting all those envelopes in order.
Excellent. Thank you, Miss Drew. And to show my gratitude, I've got something for you.
Chances are it isn't a paycheck.
No, it's an honorary Junior Park Ranger pin. I keep them on hand so I can give them out to children whom I see demonstrating respect for park rules and regulations. A little bit of positive reinforcement. Unfortunately, I don't get to give them out that often.
Oh, gee, thanks, Ranger Akers. I noticed you have a dog.
That's Yogi, who never goes out unless he's on a leash. Park rules.
He seems very well trained.
I hope you're not suggesting I trained Yogi to run around in the middle of the night barking and attacking houses.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Rotten floorboards, watch your... It's stuck! It could be mice making that sound. It looks like a tiny hole. What's the combination? I bet those were deer mice. William Akers? I wonder if he's related to Jeff Akers. Speakeasy. Joe Akers? Emily said Jeff Akers' father was named Joe. Maybe Jeff is related to William Akers after all. The dogs will lead the way. I wonder what that means.
Alrighty, I'm back. I guess I'll take over now. Alrighty. Now, what were we doing? Oh, okay.
You're back.
Wah! Yeah. Let's do the results first.
Sorry to bother you again, but did those results from the water test come in yet?
Oh, there's something here for you from the State Department of Health.
Nancy Drew, Pennsylvania Department of Health. Do not drink or use the water from your well.
Oh my gosh, not only is the water bad, but it seems like the well may have been contaminated deliberately.
Initial tests found high levels of arsenic in the sample you sent us. While it's not unusual to find trace amounts of arsenic in wells in your area, the amount in your sample far exceeded standard safety limits. Therefore, the water in your well is unsafe for any purpose. Whew. Further tests have been requested. They will take 2 weeks to complete. You will be informed as to what, if anything, they uncover. That means I'm living on a water bottle for the rest of the week.
I
Or
wouldn't
2
go
weeks.
jumping to conclusions without proof, Ms. Drew. I'm sure there's a far less melodramatic explanation.
Where's
No, there's
Yogi?
not.
In the run.
There is
out
no
back.
explanation for this.
Even out of sight, he's under my full control, as park rules require.
I found a newspaper dating back to 1927 in Sally's house. Since you're kind of an expert on the history of Moon Lake, do you mind if I ask you some questions about Mickey Malone?
Not at all.
The article mentioned that a man named William Akers used to work for Malone. Is he a relative of yours?
No. Quite a coincidence, I'll admit, but no.
Aha!
I am in no way related to the head flunky of some two-bit gangster and his gang of thugs.
Ooh.
What do you know about a man named Joe Akers?
Why do you ask?
I recently found out that William Akers had a son.
All right. William Akers was my grandfather.
Thanks for all your help. Sounds like she's gonna do something to him.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
It's not exactly something I'm proud of. My father spent his whole life trying to make people forget what my grandfather was, and trying to make sure people who didn't know what he was never found out. I've been doing the same thing.
I love that when it's just like everything's all calm, and then they start yelling at each other, or like remember when I think it was Anya? She was like, "Blah, so incompetent," and then you're done with the conversation after that, and then she's like, "Hi."
What did William Akers do after Malone was arrested?
I'm afraid you're
I
going
love
to have to
that.
excuse me, Miss Drew. In case you've forgotten, I'm a very busy man.
But you lied to me, and now you're mad.
I apologize for my
Oh,
previous
what the
behavior.
heck?
As a park ranger, I strive to keep my personal feelings in check at all times, and that time I failed. It's my duty as a public servant to try to make it up to you. What would you like to know?
Are you sure he's not a robot? He's just like, I apologize for my previous behavior,
And why
ma'am.
was Malone arrested?
I'm sorry, Ms. Drew. As usual, I'm a little pressed for time. If you have more questions, why don't you sit down at the computer and peruse the Moon Lake database of fascinating factoids that I've put together?
But they're
What
all just
happened to
books
Akers
and
and
they're
the rest of
boring.
Malone's gang after he went to prison?
Fortunately for Moon Lake, they all left and went their separate ways.
What can you tell me about the gold that Malone supposedly buried on his property?
As far as I know, it doesn't exist. It's just one of those rumors people want to believe, so they do.
Thanks
Wait,
for all
what
your
happened to
help.
my other questions?
Always a pleasure.
Is it
We're
hello?
back.
There.
Did your grandfather ever find any gold on Malone's property?
If he did, he never spent it. He wasn't poor
It's like
when he
Nancy's
died,
mind
but he
just went
certainly
to a
wasn't
blank.
rich.
I
She
found
couldn't
this
even
old
ask the
picture in
question.
Sally's house. Do you know who these people are?
The man is Mickey Malone, I know that. I'm guessing that this is his girlfriend, Vivian Burnett, I think her name was. And judging by the year of that brand new Ford in the background, I'd say the picture was taken in 1928.
What would be the best way for me to find out who was living in Moon Lake in 1928 and where they ended up?
Tell you what, Miss Drew. Why don't I go through my files and see what I can dig up on this mystery woman? I'm a busy man, but like I always say, I'm here to serve.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
Thank you, Ranger Acres. Yeah. I like him better when he's not being fussy with Nancy. It's like everybody's fussing at Nancy for some reason in this game. Yeah, I wish there were too. There's another fella that I've been friends with online, Trey. You've seen him on the chat before. I'm not sure what's happened. He hasn't been very talkative lately. He might just be busy. So I know he is in college, so it's possible that he's having to work on finals and stuff before taking break for the summer. That might be what it is. Yeah. Yeah, Nancy Drew is a much harder game to get more people to watch a stream of, unless you're like
Hello?
Bess,
Arglefump,
it's
for
Nancy.
instance.
I know that. What's going on?
He's definitely the most popular Nancy Drew gamer. So, unfortunately, we're on the minority. But who knows? Maybe one day we'll get more people to see it. Maybe even Little Jackalope. She did drop by one time during the Stay Tuned for Danger stream, but she hasn't dropped by anymore since.
Get this. It turns out that Jeff Akers will be one happy park ranger if Sally sells her Moon Lake property back to the bank and they wind up selling it to the Parks Department.
You think he might be responsible for all this ghost dog stuff?
He has a motive and he has a dog, although it doesn't look at all like the dogs that have been scaring Sally.
But it shows he knows something about dogs. Better pull out your suspect list and pencil him in, Nan.
I still say you guys should lighten up on him.
I think somebody may have deliberately put poison down Sally's well.
Yikes. What makes you think that?
The Department of Health found unusually high levels of arsenic in the water sample I sent them.
Somebody's trying to poison you with arsenic?
They said that?
Well, technically speaking, it's Sally, but yeah. Well, not Sally poisoning. Sally's trying to kill Nancy. Whoops.
They weren't sure. They were going to run some more tests.
So
That's
somebody
why she
could
ran
be
away.
trying to poison you.
But you don't
She's
know
the
for
problem.
sure.
Right. And they may not be trying to poison anybody. They may want to contaminate the well just enough to force Sally to either go to the expense of digging a new one or forget the whole thing and leave.
And because arsenic is found naturally in well water anyway, you may never know for sure. Bummer.
Hey, newsflash. I think I know why somebody wants to scare Sally off her property, and it has nothing to do with birds, parks, or artifacts.
Dun, dun,
So
dun.
what does it have to do with?
Gold, as in 600 pounds of gold bullion.
Come on, Nancy, tell us everything. Gold is one of my favorite subjects.
Well, I found William Akers' journal, who, it turns out, was our friendly park ranger's grandfather.
Boys is
Ooh,
the first.
That's interesting.
Not as interesting as 600 pounds of gold. Go on, Nancy.
Have you ever heard of the hole-in-the-floor gold heist?
I've heard of the hole-in-the-wall gang.
Well, according to Akers' journal, in 1931, somebody stole a shipment of gold bars in broad daylight by dropping them through a hole in the floor of a moving train.
Let me guess. The thieves were never caught, and the gold was never found.
You got it. According to Akers, Malone masterminded the whole thing, and he hid the gold right here on his Moon Lake property.
You think it's still there?
It must be. Like you said, Nancy, that would explain why somebody wants Sally, and now you, out of there so bad.
I also found a map with the inscription, "The dogs will lead the way."
You found a treasure map? My
This is the way.
gosh, Nancy. Secret passageways, buried treasure? You're like a magnet for that stuff.
The dogs will lead the way to what?
According to the journal, Malone left Akers the map
I'm not
and
sure
said
if
it
I
would
ever
show
asked you
him
this
where the
before,
gold
Jenny, but
was.
what's your
But all
favorite
it
Nancy
has
Drew
on
game?
it is that inscription and some landmarks.
What kind of landmarks?
The house, the shoreline, some rocks in the lake, the pump, the cemetery, and it's crisscrossed with lines like a grid.
A grid? Sounds like precise locations are involved.
I found the coolest old newspaper. It's from 1927, and on the front page is an article about Mickey Malone and a man named William Akers.
Akers? Any relation to Park Ranger Jeff Akers?
When I asked, Jeff Akers said that it was just a huge unfortunate coincidence. According to the paper, William Akers was Mickey Malone's most trusted employee, his #1 go-to guy.
Where'd you find it?
That's something else that's pretty cool.
Don't tell me you found a secret passageway.
Close. I found hidden stairs leading from the living room into the cellar.
What's down there?
That's what's weird. The stairs led down into this empty space. There's some kind of safe in the wall and a set of stairs leading to a door that goes outside, but that was it.
Why would Malone bother hiding a staircase if it didn't go somewhere important?
Bye, you guys.
Ta-ta.
Ciao for
For
now.
now. 1280555. Whoops, whoops, whoops. 12805554865. Silent Spy. That's a good one. That's a good game.
Hello?
Hi, Frank.
Hey, Nancy. Hey, Joe. Pick up the phone. Joe's in the kitchen.
I think
Worked up
Silent
a real
Spy
appetite
and the
watching
final
me
scene
vacuum out the
was
car.
my favorite
Hello?
Nancy
Joe,
Drew
it's
games,
Nancy.
but they've
What are you
changed over
eating?
the years
Sandwich.
of which one
I had
I
a roast
favor
beef
more
or
than another.
Really old turkey. Can't tell. Don't care.
So how's life as a dog catcher?
I'm pretty sure I know why somebody wants Sally out of the Malone house.
So come on, spill.
Apparently, Malone stole a small fortune in gold bars off a train and hid them somewhere on his property here. They've never been found.
How do you know?
One of his employees, a guy named William Akers, kept a journal, which I found and, of course, read.
Of course.
Of course.
Wait a sec. Did you say William Akers?
Who, as it turns out, was our friendly park ranger's grandfather.
Whoa.
So if you guys were 600 pounds of gold bullion, where would you be?
Maybe Malone hid it in the speakeasy.
I doubt it. William Akers had 9 years to turn this house and the speakeasy inside out and never found a thing.
Keep the faith, Nancy. If that gold hasn't been found yet, all it means is that nobody as smart as you has looked for it yet.
According to his journal, William Akers
so
spent
Nancy's
months
smart,
following
according to
each dog
Frank.
around, hoping one of them would lead him to the gold. None ever did.
So they
I don't
didn't
think
go
Ned
running
likes it
off
when
into
Frank's
the woods,
talking
never
with
to be
Nancy.
seen again after all.
Apparently, they stayed around Malone's house for years. William Akers went to the house every day and fed them until they all finally died.
But according to their tombstones, they all died on the same day.
Those inscriptions were Malone's idea. Akers was just following instructions.
And in all that time, William Akers never found any trace of the gold?
He made one mark on the map I found, a capital I on the porch of the house.
Any idea why?
He discovered that one of Malone's dogs slept on the porch all day, so Akers dug all around underneath it looking for the gold, but never found anything.
Let me guess, he marked the spot with an I because the dog's name was Ike.
Iggy.
Maybe the location of the gold doesn't involve just one
I don't know
dog,
if I ever
but
really
all
realized
four in
that.
combination somehow.
The whole idea of relating dogs to a map is crazy. They're animals. They move around.
But they're also creatures of habit.
Maybe that's the key. Maybe I just need to know their habits.
Well, that could be a little difficult considering those dogs have been dead for more than half a century.
Later, guys.
See ya.
Wow, all this time I have seen this. And I never caught on to that part about Iggy staying
Hello?
on the
Hey,
porch.
Sally, it's
hence why there was
Nancy.
a picture of
Did you see
Iggy
them?
like that.
Did you see
now.
the
Wow.
dogs?
Yes, I did, and I can understand
Oh,
why you
yeah,
left.
we never called
They
her.
were pretty
Whoops.
frightening. But if it's
Several
okay with
days.
you, I'd really like to stay and get to the bottom of whatever's going on. That's why you asked me here in the first place, right?
Yes, but Nancy, are you sure?
Positive. Consider Detective Drew officially on the case.
We've already been on the case,
I
Nancy.
wish I were even half the trooper you are, Nancy. I have such high hopes for that house. All the beauty there, the wildlife, all the pictures I was going to take. It would break my heart to have to give it up.
When was the first time you saw the dogs?
I heard them the very first night I was here. I heard them almost every night, howling in the distance, but I didn't actually see them until I'd been here about a week. After that, they started appearing pretty much every other night.
Did they always come around the same time, or did it vary?
Actually, they always came around the same time. What are you getting at?
These attacks seem to involve a lot of choreography, which reinforces my theory that you're not being randomly attacked by a pack of wild dogs, but by dogs who've been trained by someone determined to scare you out of your house at Moon Lake.
Who would want to do that? My closest neighbor lives 2 miles away. My property is surrounded by the state park, but it's off-season, so hardly anybody is in the park. In fact, I bet I talked to a total of 3 people the whole 4 weeks I was at Moon Lake.
What about River Heights? Can you think of anyone there who'd want you to sell your house at Moon Lake and move back to River Heights?
You mean like an angry ex-boyfriend or something? Nope, I sure can't.
Who are the 3 people you've met so far at Moon Lake?
Nancy, we know this information.
Park ranger, I forget his name. Kind of a pain in the neck. Emily Griffin, she's the one who owns that store I told you about. And I ran into this bird watcher a couple of times. Had a funny name.
Red Knot. I've run into him too.
Other than people I may have nodded hello to while getting gas or something,
It's so funny. We already had a conversation
earlier
earlier about the
Since
house
I'm going to be
being, not the
staying
house,
here a while,
the
is
shed
there
being on
anything I
fire.
should know about the place?
Well, let's see.
And then it's like,
I've got
oh
the
yeah, I
water
met
turned
these
off
people you're
because it's
talking
well
about.
water and it needs to be tested before I can use it for anything. In fact, if you could get that testing done for me, I'd really appreciate it. Oh,
Already
and
done.
watch where you walk in the living room. Some of the floorboards are so
know
rotten you could fall right through. And I keep hearing these faint squeaks and rustling type noises coming from below the floor. I hope you're not scared of mice.
I'm afraid I have some bad news. I had your well water tested, and according to the health department, it contains a very high level of arsenic.
Arsenic? Somebody poisoned my well?
The health department can't say for sure yet, but if that is the case, do you have any idea who would do a thing like that?
No. And it doesn't matter. I love that house, and I am going to live in it. If that well's bad, I'll just dig another one. At least, I will when I know for sure why bad things keep happening there. You are going to figure that out, right, Nancy?
You bet I am.
I knew I could count on you.
That Emily Griffin is quite a character. How well do you know her?
I feel like I've known her all my life. She's so open and friendly. She likes to make it sound as if Moon Lake used to be a major hangout for criminals and degenerates, which isn't really true and irks some people around here no end. But I figure she's just trying to make a buck.
Were you ever told that Mickey Malone supposedly buried a small fortune in gold bullion somewhere on your property and that it has yet to be found?
Is this a joke?
Nope.
It's probably just a rumor, but on the
Whoops.
off chance that it isn't, do you have any idea where he could have hidden
Just
it?
like the top one.
No.
Yeah.
Could it be true?
Well, if somebody thinks it's true, that may be the reason they're trying to frighten you off your property.
How did you hear about it?
I found the journal of a man named William Akers in a safe in your cellar. He was one of Malone's closest associates. Ever hear of him?
Never.
Yes, Ricky already fell through the floor earlier. And I did earlier, too.
I'm curious. Why did you characterize the park ranger as a pain in the neck?
I left part of a ham sandwich on a picnic table once. Big mistake. From the way he carried on, you'd think I just made the FBI's 10 most wanted list. I don't think he likes me. Emily says it's because I wrecked his dream of becoming super ranger or something when I bought the Malone house instead of the parks department. Me, I think he just basically has a problem relating to people unless they're asking questions or breaking the law.
Are you aware that you're the proud owner of your very own cemetery?
Yes. When the realtor told me there was a cemetery on the property, I went, ugh. But when I saw how far from the house it was and how small it was, I decided I could live with it, as it were.
Do you know if Malone is really buried there?
The realtor said the cemetery was just a sham, that there's nothing under those tombstones but dirt. But he may have just been saying that so I'd buy the place. The only way to know for sure whether or not Malone is there is to start digging, and I'm certainly not going to do that.
Where'd all that stuff in your tool shed come from?
It's just junk left behind by previous owners. Came with the house. I've been meaning to take inventory and start pitching stuff, but I didn't. If they ever make procrastination a crime, I'm done for.
Talk to you later.
You
Stay
know,
in touch.
I feel like she's the same voice that did, what was her name? The one on White Wolf. Can't remember what her name was. The bossy lady. What was her name? I'm forgetting. Shoot. I can't remember. No, not Guadalupe. It's the one that's in charge of Nancy. Oh yeah, Mickey Malone's journal. Chantel Moikwe, that's why I couldn't remember. Her name is so unique. Thank you. Chantal Moikwe. That's a really hard name to remember. Let's see. Let's go and not blow up trying to go over to M's Emporium. Man, actually living in a place like this for a couple weeks would actually be very gorgeous. Wait, hold up. I need to see something. Nancy? I want to see something. Why does it look like it's leaning? I don't know if I ever really realized that. See, Ricky? I don't know if it's the camera or if it looks like the place is leaning. It's kind of funny.
Nice Junior Park Ranger pen. You must really be on Acres' good side.
I found an old newspaper in Sally's house that contained an article on Mickey Malone. It really got my curiosity going. What else can you tell me about him?
Person you should talk to is Jeff Acres. He's got this historical museum thing going out at that ranger station of his.
How do I get to the museum?
Just up lake from Sally's on the east side.
Do you know anything about the gold that Mickey Malone supposedly buried somewhere on his property?
All I got to say about it is, if there really was a bunch of gold buried somewhere and nobody ever found it, it's for darn sure nobody ever will. Not with them dogs up there.
Guess
Not
I'll
them
see you
dogs
later.
up there.
I guess you will.
Let's go see if Mr. Roger. Ranger Acres. I can't speak. This is such a fail.
Good news. I have information on your mystery woman.
Is she still alive? That's such an awkward sentence, Nancy.
Thank you so much. Is she still alive?
Her name these days is Vivian Whitmore. She lives in Las Vegas, and her number is 702-555-9137.
Thanks
for all your help.
Not a problem.
Hi there. Are you good boy? Back to Sally's and calling Vivian Whitmore. Travel in this game is a whole lot easier than in the earlier games. 9137.
If you're selling something, hang up right now. I got an air horn in my hand that could deafen a dinosaur, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Oh, no, please. I'm not selling anything. Believe me. Is this Vivian Whitmore?
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Maybe it isn't. You got exactly 5 seconds to state your business.
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. I just wanted to ask you some questions.
Oh,
At least she's not there in person.
The
She might use
Moon
pepper
Lake
spray on her.
Park Ranger said you might call, but you have to talk fast. An old friend of mine is flying in today from Florida, and when I say old, I mean old, as in 5 years older than I am. Don't bother trying to do the math, sweet stuff. You'll hurt yourself. So, that ranger fella said you found an old picture of me.
That's right. I found it in the cellar of Mickey Malone's old house on Moon Lake.
Moon Lake. Talk about your fond memories. I had a lot of fun there. Although I wasn't anywhere near as wild as most young people were back then. But I think Mickey kind of respected me for that. I was his gal for 5 years. He always kept birch beer on tap at that speakeasy of his, me.
I found a
Just for
safe in the
you.
cellar there.
You must be talking about the wall safe. That was Willie's. He
Willie's.
was a guy who worked for Mickey.
Willie, as in William Akers. What can you tell me about him?
He was Mickey's most trusted employee. Mickey treated all his other men like dirt, but not Willie. He honestly liked Willie, respected him, trusted him implicitly.
William Akers, the guy you call Willie. He wrote about looking for the gold that Malone had supposedly buried on his property at Moon Lake. Do you know anything about that?
The hole in the floor gold heist. Well, I'll be darned.
So it's true? He did bury gold on his property?
Truth be told, when Mickey told me he was the one who pulled off that heist and that he'd buried 20 gold bars at Moon Lake, I didn't believe him. I thought he was making it up. See, Mickey and I were on the outs by then. I thought he was just trying to entice me to come back. But if he told Willie the same thing, maybe there's something to the story after all.
Ooh.
Do you have any idea where he might have hidden it?
Afraid not. Mickey was so secretive that the men who completed his house at Moon Lake were not only forbidden to talk about the work they'd done, but they were ordered to leave the state for good, or else. But you know, I think he mentioned a map. Yes. He said he was making a treasure map and that... the dogs. Something about those dogs of his.
They had something to do with a map?
He said he was making a treasure map, and that he was also having paintings done of each dog. He made it sound like one thing had something to do with the other, like he was giving me some big important clue. But I just figured he was playing games, trying to lure me back with mystery and intrigue. I told him to buzz off. Maybe I shouldn't have.
Did he say what he was going to do with the paintings?
He said he was going to hang them in the speakeasy, and I'm sure that's precisely what he did.
What can you tell me about Malone's speakeasy?
It was in the basement, right there at Moon Lake. Feds never knew about it, but everybody who was anybody on the East Coast back then, actors, musicians, bankers, politicians, they knew. You weren't big time unless you'd made at least one trip to Moon Lake Mickey's.
Moon Lake Mickey's.
That's weird. I'm staying in his old house on Moon Lake, and I haven't seen any sign of a speakeasy.
Course you haven't. You're not supposed to. Only Mickey and Willie knew how to get into the speakeasy from the house.
Who's
the
Willie?
rest of us had to go in and out the regular way, through the cemetery.
The cemetery?
There was a lock hidden in one of the tombstones in that little cemetery behind the house. You needed a key to unlock it, and when you did, stairs would appear that led to the speakeasy.
Can you remember anything about Malone's dogs that might suggest where he hid the gold?
I stayed away from his dogs. They made me nervous, always jumping around, barking at this or that. The only one I liked was...
Iggy?
What was his name?
It was Iggy, wasn't
Iggy.
it? Yeah.
I liked Iggy because he was nice and quiet. He just lay on the porch all day and didn't make a peep.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how to get into Malone's speakeasy from the house?
I sure don't. That saloon was built using two main ingredients, concrete and secrecy. Mickey always bragged that nobody could get in unless he wanted them in, and I do believe he was right. But I'll tell you what, if you send me that picture of me and Mickey, I'll send you my key.
How will I know which tombstone to use it in?
As a joke, Mickey had a tombstone made with the name of this federal agent who had it out for him inscribed on it. That's the one the key unlocks.
It's been fun talking to you.
I'll be
about that.
suing you.
Actually, to be honest, Vivian Whitmore would have been an interesting character to have brought back for another game. Kind of like, she kind of reminds me of Hotchkiss. Let's see. What do we do next? I think we have to get the key, but let me see if we can go to Ranger Acres and see if there's anything for that. And get the key to the cemetery. Tombstone. Hello, Ranger Acres.
Hello again, Miss Drew. Am I in for another interrogation?
Gimme.
How much would it cost to send this photo to Vivian
the key.
Burnett?
As always, I'm here to serve, Miss Drew. Just give it to me and I'll take care of it. I'm sure she'll be very pleased to get this back.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
Let's see. I think if I sleep. Wait, I'm closing the door on myself. Okay, let's see. I think we can go try to get it now.
A package just arrived for you from Las Vegas.
Great. Vivian sent me the key.
I'll dispose of the package.
Well, that was odd.
We
I'll
wouldn't want to break
dispose of
any
the
littering
package.
laws, would we?
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
His audio cut off. Alright, let's go back to the cemetery. And unlock the tombstone. I mean, I could. I mean, let me think. I'm kind of wondering if I ought to maybe consider, I'm actually debating whether I should just go ahead and do a second stream later this evening or tonight. I'm not sure on that yet. But I might be able to do tomorrow at the time. I mean, if you want me to, I will. Yeah, instead of next Friday, I could just go ahead and still do it tomorrow, but in the evening, if that's what you would like.
It looks like some kind of keyhole.
Baldo. Oh, is that why you call him Baldo? I never thought about that. Because I thought he was bald. Waldo Matthias. That might explain it. Yeah. Let me solve the puzzle, please. Hold on, real quick, just a second. Right now? Really? Ah! Ricky, smart. I don't catch on very easily like that.
I need a flashlight.
Hello?
I can't see a thing. I'd better go back.
Hello? Nancy is no more. I can't see anything. Hello? There. Light? Like pull? There we go. Oh no, it's fine. I can do it tomorrow if you'd like. Yeah, I can just do that. Wait, have we done this? You did that, right? Okay, okay. Yeah, I was in the other room. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and do the Haunted Carousel, tomorrow. And we can do it at that time instead. Actually, that works out really well. So that way it just kind of gives me the day to kind of just relax and such. I'm actually forgetting what you're supposed to do next. Oh, yeah, Emily. Yeah. I'm having a Patrick moment. Patrick Star moment. I would do Tuesday, but since I have a chiropractic appointment, he adjusts my wrists and stuff, and so I normally like to try to be careful with them. So I try to not play any video games and stuff, you know, regardless of what it is. When it's the same day, having been adjusted.
How you holding up?
Guess I'll see you later.
Keep on trucking.
Wait.
Oh, you know you didn't try to use the flashlight.
Oh! I am so sorry. I totally forgot about that. Wow. Actually, I kind of like that though, because that way you're having to figure stuff out again, so it's not like I just know everything ahead of time. Oh yeah. What I would like is where. Yeah, sure thing. Absolutely. Hey, I'm just glad that you like watching the streams. It's fun. I forgot you have to use the flashlight, and then it goes out.
The batteries are going dead. I can't see a thing. I'd better
What kind
go
of
back.
friend is Sally? She ditches Nancy, leaves her with no batteries for the flashlight, and doesn't even tell her that there needs to be a spark. It was a spark plug for the boat. Shame on her. What kind of hostess is she being, anyways? She's the kind of person that would push someone in the way of a zombie apocalypse so she can get out of there. I'm just kidding. Okay, why did I go in the house? Don't ask me. M's Emporium. I'm Emily Griffin. What's up, y'all?
How you holding up?
I need flashlight batteries. Do you carry them?
Yep. But you know, I've been meaning to make a purty display out of them packs of combo coal over there for the longest time. Just can't seem to get around to it.
In other words, you'd like me to give it a shot.
Here's the way it should look when you're done.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a lot easier to do certain things like this, even when it's like during the evening and stuff. That way you're not busy with other things during the day and whatnot. I need to actually try to do like a couple of streams during the week a couple of times because it'll take a long time to get through these games. If we're only doing them once a week. But I can't like do 2 streams every single week because that would be a little too much trying to do. But anyways. Let's see. Let's see, all green, and then orange and yellow, and the purple one. Green, yellow, orange, orange. So that means... No, it wouldn't be that one. Hold up. This would be green, and then 4 orange. Green. I think that's it. Exactly. Let's see. It goes there. Purple. I think those are already good. I think. That one needs that one. And then that's good. That's good. I can kind of see it smiling.
Ta-da! One smiling goldfish. It's obviously never tried combo cola.
Oh! Yeah. She's dissing on your cola.
Hey, Nancy, this mean you got them cans stacked?
Yep.
You bet. They look just like the picture you gave me, which you can have back.
Here's your batteries, and thanks, Nancy.
Sure thing. Aren't those expensive? Those batteries, Ricky? Yeah. Brum, brum. Out and over the lake. You ought to take over again in about 5 minutes or so. I've been doing it for a bit. Why do I keep going inside the house? I am desperate to keep going in the house. I need to just go to the cemetery. Fly! Fly, Nancy! Yeah, that was fast. That actually made me a little nauseated, not gonna lie. Yeah, did you get what I was meaning earlier, Ricky? About how it's called Baldo? I think that Waldo Matthias must have been bald. That must have been why he made that joke.
It's silly to try to explore this in the dark.
Ooh, secret passageway! That's what I love about this game and Danger on Deception Island is the secret passageway that you can go through. Those are fun. Do, do, do.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't even matter, it leads to the end of the tunnel anyhow. Unless Nancy just dies randomly, somehow. Nancy has a way of killing herself in the most random ways.
This is the speakeasy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey there, Vitus.
If map is correct, the tree where Vitus would bark at the hawks used to be right about here.
So that means he was an animal chaser, I guess. But yeah, he was the blue. Yeah, he'd have been bald. That's one thing about, when Little Jackalope streams on Monday nights. I forget so many times, and I'm like, oh, wait, she's already been streaming for the past 40 minutes or whatever. That happened, I think, the other day. Because I've been busy doing other things and watching shows and things to where I don't normally think of Monday nights being a night to watch live streams. You know, Tuesdays and Fridays, things like that are much easier to remember. Folly. Huh. Isn't that Marilyn Monroe? I could be wrong on that. Getaway car vacations. Boneyard. Dapper Dog sodas. Oh, so that was supposed to be the front porch. I don't think I ever realized that.
Those must be the spigots William Akers mentioned in his journal.
So wait, yeah. These are in relation to the colors of their collars. He was green, so he's I. And then, let's see. Let's see if I can write that down. I don't have a pen. Where's my pen? Hey Ricky, maybe you could write it down on your phone. Do green for I. And then blue for Vitus. So V. Blue is V. Green is I. Blue is V. And then Xander with an X is red. Wait. Lucy's wearing a green one though. Unless that's supposed to be yellow. I actually can't tell now. Is that? Which one was yellow then? Oh, okay. I think Iggy's yellow. This one looks more yellow than the other one. Yeah, I think yellow is Iggy. And then green is for Lucy, I think. Wait, what was Vitus again? Okay. Okay, who was red again? Xander? Is that right? Let me do this again. I think it's like maybe 3 times? We'll get this, we'll get this. Yeah, little Jackalope streams are so fun. I'm so glad that she and Tess still do them together. We're gonna get this, we're gonna get this. I wanna see if I can get this without using help. There we go, there we go. Okay, we got X. Got X. Okay, what was blue? This might work. I think it's 2. Okay, I'm wrong on that. We'll get this, we'll get this. Whee! Come on, Nancy. It was V, right? Blue? Okay, now what was yellow? I'm just gonna pump this 5 times and see if I can get it. We'll get this, we'll get this. Yeah! Okay, now what was the last one?
Very last one, spell.
Okay. I was actually really nervous of Tess not doing the streams with her anymore. I was like, oh, please still do them. Woohoo! We did it! Teamwork.
It's too dark.
Nancy, pull out your flashlight. Be smart. Ooh. There's Iggy. Oh yeah, the spots where they all are.
Xander played by the pump, which is right here.
Which one was the right one? Thought it was this map. Vitus. Oh shoot. I don't remember. Wait, I'm going back. No, I don't want to go back. I'm gonna go up here. Huh. Let's see. Go back real quick. See. Nancy says anything. Iggy was there. Vitus was over here. 2, 3. But where was Lucy? Yeah. I think it was this map. But I can't. Huh. This is supposed to be like where Iggy sits in the house, I think. So this is, I think the map is supposed to be like it's upside down. I think that's what this is. I think. Oh wait, no. No. My bad. This, I forgot. This is supposed to be the land on this paper. I was thinking this was upside down. That means... So that means she'd have been... Huh. Let's click on Vitus. I think that was 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, it resets. Okay, so that'd be 1. So up 4. And then 1, 2 down, and then 1, 2 down. Okay, so it'd be like 1, 2 down, 1, 2 down. But where is Lucy? I think she'd be around here somewhere. Aha! Did it! Yeah!
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I know, that's really sad that they don't.
It's some kind of lock.
Here, why don't you take over, Ricky? But I'm glad that they still interact with her interactive fans. Actually, you can go up there, remember, to the secret passage? Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, bum.
So you're
Hi
the ghost
there.
dogs. You look pretty real to me.
Hi there. Hello.
That's the speaker I saw in the house.
Ooh, rumor going around like that Malone house has been sold. Find gold now, now, now! Eddie and Cher's stinky breath. Must brush their teeth. Yuck. Doggy checkup time. Seems rather girly writing. What, does Red not own this? Order electronic whistles, speakers, transmitter, eye lights, Gary's gadgets and gizmos. Wow, that's a mouthful. Gary's gadgets and gizmos. Whew. Sally McDonald, 27, freelance photographer. Who's Nancy Drew? Get out nets, repair a check boat for leaks. And he knows about gold. Must find before she does.
These dogs have been trained to act vicious on command.
Aha! She left perfectly good pizza from Mamma Mia Pizzeria.
I bet the dogs attacked Sally's house because a high-frequency signal was transmitted to them through the speaker I saw on the roof.
Left. It's the second to right. Yes, I know she does. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I like it better with her streaming on YouTube. It's just a little bit easier to work with and such, too. I think it just feels a little less chaotic, I guess.
It's locked.
It's locked.
It's locked.
It's locked.
It's locked.
It's locked. I think you have to do the left one first. This one was a really weird understanding puzzle. And then you make that one, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. If she left that on, she could have gotten drowned. You know? She dies. Krollmeister well worked. 19. Wait, that would be 1924? Yeah.
These colors look very familiar.
I'd have to look up these because I don't understand this puzzle. Actually, I don't know if we've ever learned how to properly do this one. One second, trying to look up the solution to this because I never have learned how you properly do this one. Hold on, let me see. Where is the picture? Oh, okay, it just has it written down. Okay, so green. Okay. Oh, it was the Doc's tombstones, remembering the Roman numerals and stuff. Green was Lucy, red was Xander, blue was Vitus, and yellow was Iggy. So if using Roman numerals, what would Lucy be? L equals 50. Ah, okay. I get it now. So Lucy being yellow? Yeah, Lucy was yellow, right? You look at your phone again, what you had written down. That makes sense now. So the first letter in their name are Roman numerals, and you just make that the for the puzzle. It's the solution to the puzzle. It's Roman numerals. That makes sense now. Lucy's green. Okay, I'm getting that mixed up again. Okay, so Lucy's green, so that means she is 50. And then yes. There we go. I feel so much better now that I understand how to do this puzzle. There we go. Woohoo!
The wheel is gone.
You know, think about it real quick. I wonder if Mickey Malone had done that, so that way no one could fill it up while he's down there. You know, you have to remove the
600
thing for
pounds
safety.
of gold bullion. Wow.
Woo! Money, 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 money. I like monies. It's money.
Hey there, Nancy. Why, what on
Let her
earth
catch
have we
us.
got here?
Well, we're just gonna be
Let
dumb.
Emily catch me.
Yeah, we'll just be dumb. Let's just, you know, let's close it up with her in it. Hello? Are you gonna even come
Can't let
down?
Emily catch me.
What the?
I'd better make sure this door is closed all the way before I fool around
What
with
the
anything
heck?
else.
Hello? I've never experienced that in my life. Nancy used her Mary Poppin powers and...
I'm this close to finding the gold. I just know it.
Oh, that's funny! Wait, I want to see what happens if you try to go back in there. What the heck? What? Hello? That is legitimately one of the coolest glitches I've ever seen. That was awesome. Okay. That was like super weird. Oops, we can just go back to the load.
600
that was
pounds of gold
cool.
bullion.
That was cool.
Hey there, Nancy. Why, what on earth have we got here?
So she just teleported down there and then she just waited for Nancy to show back up again.
There's no way she can take that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, if Emily
There's
ever got her
plenty of
hands
gold.
on her,
Let me outta here.
Nancy would be
Nancy?
done for. I mean, she could beat her up.
Nancy, wait. Let's talk about this. This can just be our little secret. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, remember? Nancy?
The gold's all yours, Em. Enjoy it while you can.
And you're done for.
Dear Ned, as soon as I got out of the tunnels, Emily had left a door open. I called the sheriff. But when I led him back down the well to the room where I'd left
Woohoo,
Emily,
finished.
she refused to leave. He and his deputies finally got her out, but one of them said afterward that if he had to choose between getting a bear away from her cub and getting Emily away from that gold, he'd pick the bear. What's worse, by the time they took Emily away, the place was swarming with reporters from all over the country. The commotion has scared away every bird for miles. I'm pretty sure Red Knot would like to strangle. On the other hand, when Ranger Akers found out that 7 cars and 2 helicopters were illegally parked on park property and that he was going to get to ticket them, he was ecstatic. Tucker Davis finally cleared away that dead tree, which means I'm free to drive home. Moon Lake is beautiful, but I've had enough wildlife for now. Which reminds me, did I mention that those 4 ghost
Aw.
dogs are actually very sweet? They're so sweet, in fact, that Sally is seriously thinking about adopting them. How's that for irony? Ever yours, Nancy.
Dun 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 dun.
Bess, hi, it's Nancy. I'm at this little amusement park on the coast. I wish I could say I was having a wonderful time, but the fact is, some pretty spooky things have been happening
So funny
here.
how they made this
There've been
look
some
spookier than it
strange
turned out.
accidents, and the carousel, it starts up in the dead of night all by itself, like it's haunted or something. You know me, I don't get scared very easily, but I saw it myself, and
It was nothing
I'll
even
call you
close to
later.
they made
I've
it
gotta
out to
go.
be.
I've gotta go right now.
It would have been spookier if you had to go through like a haunted house for a section or something. Like actual haunted house, not like the place that they had. Coming soon. 15 plus years ago. Whew. So about 20. Well, there we go. Finished another Nancy Drew game. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Well, I hope you had fun watching, Jenny. And yes, I will just go ahead and do the next stream tomorrow evening, since you had requested. And I hope you have a good rest of your night, too. Sure thing. Yeah, thank you for coming along for the ride. I appreciate it. Yeah, not even close to the watch views, the views that Michael gets. But who knows? Maybe one day I'll get 20 people watching at once. That'd be fun. But it's just building up the channel slowly. Yeah. I will see you next time.